pals, Never here for Drake Wing Game, and sitting down toward the gaming drag today. I'm coming back at you another Let's Play episode of Tennis Ace, Case Paths. But anyway, y'all, before we jump into it, just wanted to let y'all know that our Patreon is now up for as little as $5. Y'all can help support the channel, get some awesome rewards like permanent access to our community Discord server and full access to upcoming Not Safe for Work videos. Anyway, y'all, let's go ahead and jump right back in. Alarm chain, you are up, and let's go. Alrighty, jump back into the bunny boy. They would never risk the optics of me being seen as anything prim and proper. My clothes, my hygiene items, all of it is important to maintain the image that they want me to project. They merely added a new layer of annoyance to the process. Since I can no longer freely spend money, I need to rely on them and put in requests for the things that I need. They want me to know that they control me. Yeah? How can you say all that with such a straight face? You're talking as if it weren't a big deal, but it all sounds super terrifying to me. My point is that the only things I have to worry about are the things they wouldn't want me to be seen doing. I imagine music enters into that equation, but not perfumes or colognes. If you say so. You seem way too calm about this. It actually worries me even more than if you were angry about it. Yuichi, I understand and appreciate the concern. Really, I do. But I have had time to think about all this, and I am used to dealing with it. They've been a thorn in my side for years now. It's not a single gesture that will suddenly break me. In fact, their stubborn attempts to keep me under control just make me want to stick it up to them even further. Oh God, stop him! This man needs to be stopped! Please, someone, anyone, stop him before he screws himself over! The chilly morning air hits me on the face as soon as I step outside. The first thing I notice is how many people seem to already be walking around considering the time of the day. It's quite the varied mix of people, too. Some corporate types in their business suits and the like, some joggers of varying ages in their tracksuits and exercise clothes. It looks to be a bunch of people who spent the night partying and are only now heading home. I do wonder, though, how many of the young adults jogging around might be competitors in the same competition as us. Despite how early in the morning it is, it seems that Tokyo really doesn't sleep. Keisuke doesn't wait for me before taking off into a run. I quickly follow behind. Luckily for me, it's not really difficult to keep up with the hare. I tend to feel more groggy than anything this early in the morning, so I've always struggled with morning jogs, but perhaps because of the nightmare earlier, I feel more alert than usual. Every now and again, I glance at Keisuke at the corner of my eye, making sure that I keep up with him without getting too far ahead or behind. I'm not used to jogging with other people, so matching up with someone else is a bit difficult. Keisuke taps me on the shoulder when we near a corner, pointing at it as if he wants me to follow. After having gone in a straight line for several blocks, we round the corner as he wanted, making me wonder if he's jogged around here before. Keisuke, like Saya, has a pretty good memory, so I wouldn't be surprised if he's jogged around the area yesterday and memorized some of the streets in the process. I could never do that. I need to constantly consult my phone whenever I go somewhere new before I get my bearings. Once we start building up a little momentum, I feel that familiar warmth in my body from the exercise. My body begins to wake up from its last remnants of sleep, bringing a jolt of energy along with it that makes me want to keep jogging. 1 second now. Water time. I sneak another glance at Keisuke, admiring his form for a second. There's no strain of any kind on his face. For some reason, even the mundane act of jogging together fills me up with a satisfaction that I struggle to describe. Damn, I wish I had taken the initiative to ask him to jog with me, in the mornings before class while he was still staying at my place. Now that he'll be heading back home, we won't have the chance. He lives way too far away to do that. Is there something on my face? Keisuke meets my gaze briefly, shooting me a question without warning that makes me nearly lose my cadence from the surprise. Huh? You've been staring. Oh, sorry, I was thinking of some stuff. That's fine. It's cute how you tend to get lost in thought so often. What? Do be careful, though. At least keep an eye on where you're going. You almost collided with a lamppost a couple blocks back. I did? Mm-hmm. As we continue chatting, Keisuke slows his pace ever so slightly, probably because it's easier to talk when you're not between panting and counting breaths. I follow suit as he looks over at me one more time, smiling brightly as he does so. Even that basic gesture is enough to make my heart flutter. You know, it's kind of interesting to see just how many people around here seem to be students like us. I even recognize a few faces from the tournament. You do? I'm not great with faces, so I don't recognize anyone. I was wondering the same thing to myself a little bit ago, though. Yeah, we crossed a few other competitors during our morning jog. And then again, I suppose it makes sense. Most people would try to stay someplace close to the venue. And if you're the type to jog in the morning, sunrise is right around the latest you can get up without messing with your schedule for the competition. Do you give everything this much thought? On occasion, if it interests me. Sounds like a lot of things interest you. True, I'm a man of many interests, chiefly among them is you. What? Oh, hey, there's a vending machine here. How about we stop for a quick drink? We've been running for a little while. Right after dropping that bomb on me, leaving me all sorts of silly, Keisuke stops abruptly, causing me to almost fall over myself trying to stop too. You're a little clumsy today. Let's hope it doesn't affect your performance, shall we? This is your fault! Keisuke turns his torso to look away from me, covering his mouth with his hand in an attempt to hide that cheeky little chuckle of his. In this moment, I think I may hate you a little bit. I'm gonna get myself a sports drink. Do you want anything? You don't have to buy me anything. I can get a drink myself. Come on, it's just a drink. Don't make a big deal about it. But, Yuichi, I wouldn't be offering if it was a problem. That's a good point. Don't go getting awkward around me just because you know of my current situation. I swear to God, this kind of thing is why I tend to not tell people about myself in the first place. I guess that's fair. Sorry. Keisuke totally read my mind, too. God, I hate how transparent I am sometimes. So, what will you have to drink? Can you get me a sweet coffee? Oh, good water. Coffee, huh? Look at that. Someone's almost an adult. Keisuke hands me my coffee can. Despite the rising temperature, once the early morning chill began to pass, I still hold onto the hot can with both my hands, enjoying the feeling of the warmth permeating it. Almost. You should have asked for a black coffee. Haven't you heard? That's way more mature. You're pulling my leg, aren't you? Of course I am. Black coffee is disgusting. Yeah, what kind of freak drinks black coffee? Yeah, what kind of freak drinks black coffee, huh? That's not a take I expected to hear from you. I thought you'd be a fan of black coffee. I'm fine with no sugar, but at least add some cream or something to it. Black coffee in its own always tastes burnt to me, even cold brewed coffee. I'll take your word for it. I rarely have coffee outside the one I make myself, and I tend to add milk and sugar to that one since Aki likes to drink it too. Now that's a surprise. I'd have thought Aki-kun would be the type to drink his coffee black. No mistake, he tried to. It was very funny to watch him trying to insist he liked it while grimacing at every sip. It took him about a week before he stopped trying. He really is a resilient one. I wouldn't have lasted a day myself. Nah, he's just stubborn. I take a sip of my hot coffee, enjoying the sweet and mild flavor against my tongue as well as the sensation of heat filling me up. Vending machine coffee is a lot better than I remembered. Any clue how long we've been out for? I spaced out a little bit, so I've lost track of time. About 20 minutes. It hasn't been that long. I didn't bring my phone with me, so I can't really check either. Oh, and now that you mention it, I forgot to bring mine, too. If I were jogging alone, I'd bring it with me so I could listen to music. Since I was going to have company, I didn't see the need to. I appreciate the vote of confidence, but I'll still warn you that expecting good company from me first thing in the morning is setting yourself up for disappointment. Is that so? I'll make sure to keep that in mind. I lean against a nearby wall, slowly sipping my coffee while alternating between looking at Keisuke and the people that are walking by us. Every now and again, people watching can be an interesting way to pass the time. Similar to cloud gazing. It can be real relaxing. It's something to focus your mind on when you need to turn off your brain. I see we're not going anywhere anytime soon, huh? Yeah, sorry. I probably should have thought of that before picking up a hot drink. To be fair, I'm the one who picked a hot drink. You asked for a sweetened coffee. I could have picked a cold one. Oh. So it's all your fault. That's how it works. You ass. Keisuke snorts, playfully smacking my shoulder. His nose does that thing where it scrunches up for a second when he tries to keep himself from laughing, making him have this kind of puckered look that is very adorable. Takes all my self-control not to kiss him right now. Hey, you're the one who offered yourself as a scapegoat. You can't complain after. I did no such thing. We can stand here arguing about who did what all day. Can't we all put that aside, agree that I'm right, and move on? You know, like adults. This one's down, this one to go. This one's flat, but it'll do. It's water. Like adults, huh? If I had known adulthood meant always being in the wrong, I wouldn't have agreed to the terms and conditions. That's the best part. You don't have to agree. The terms and conditions are implied from the moment you're born. Sounds like a crappy deal. Can I go back to being 17? Nope. Welcome to the rest of your life, bud. God, what even is this conversation? Fun? You know that's not what I meant. What did you mean? You know what? I don't even know myself. Seems like you ought to have tried figuring that out first. Sure, go ahead. Assess me as much as you want. Just try to remember that I'm the person that shares a room with you and wakes up hours before you do. Something you might want to keep in mind. Is this a threat? No, not at all. It's only a friendly reminder. No, I feel pretty threatened right about now. Granted, I've been poking and prodding him a fair bit, so I can't complain that he's dishing back as much as he's given. How are you feeling, by the way? Nervous? A little. I was feeling a lot more nervous earlier, but the jogging and talking helped to clear my head a little. Yeah, you really need to burn that nervous energy as soon as possible, otherwise it starts to eat you up from the inside. No kidding. I quietly continued to sip on my drink, watching the steady flow of people walking in front of us increase with time. We left the hotel at the butt crack of dawn, yet there was always a fair amount of movement. Now that we've been out for a little while, it feels like it's increased tenfold. Tokyo sure is scary. Not that the downtown area of Saitama is all that different, but still. This is kind of relaxing, huh? What? Watching people? Mm-hmm. Well, it's not relaxing. That is such a confusing way to disagree with someone. I never said I disagreed. You never said you agreed either. Indeed. Psh, look at you being all vague all of a sudden. What a dork. What do you think? About? The people walking by. Anyone catch your eye? Anyone? I'm sorry, what? You know, see any attractive guys or something? I'm sorry, what? You already said that. It bears repeating. Feeling bashful all of a sudden? Kei shifts his weight around between his feet uncomfortably, looking straight at the ground while groaning. Are we really having this conversation? Why not? Do you have a problem with it? Why even? No reason. We're just hanging out, and I can't think of anything better to say, so I figured it couldn't hurt. Get to know each other better and all. This feels like such a minefield. If it really makes you uncomfortable, you don't have to. I just don't see the harm. You wouldn't feel bothered if I started talking about people I find attractive to you. Not really. You're still with me, and we're only human. No, you're not human. You absolutely are not human. You are animal people. You're not human. We're only animals. Could you say we're only animals? Ugh. Or, I don't know. Bipeds? We're only bipeds. No one's made of steel. No one's made of steel. Oh, God. There's a hair in my eye. Okay. You're allowed to look. You're just not allowed to, touch and stuff. You're a lot more put together about this sort of thing than I thought you would be. Listen, I can't be a mess about everything. Besides, you've given me no reason to feel insecure since we've gotten together. Hell, you even told me that you used to be attracted to Shuichi, and I didn't start acting all weird about you two hanging out together just because of it, did I? I guess that's fair. Well, Keisuke finally looks up from the ground. It was comically cute how the moment I asked him the question, he started looking down as if he felt guilty just looking around. To be honest, none of the guys really catch my eye. Oh, that's a surprise. I can see at least a couple of the ones that I think are cute. You really are into the cute aesthetic, aren't you? I like what I like. Any guys in particular? Cute bull in the blue suit and white tie at 8 o'clock. He's looking down at his watch over and over and seems a little nervous. It's kind of endearing. That guy seems to be in his late 20s. Didn't know you had a thing for older men. I don't really, or at least I don't think I do. I'm still not super clear on what my tastes are for obvious reasons. Other than the fact that you like cute. Cute is a way of life, okay? Cute is a way of life, okay? And what does that even mean? You'll understand when you're older. Bite me. Gladly. Keisuke chortles, shaking his head while staring at the sky above and mouthing what seems to be the word why. Are you the cuteness evangelist seeking to convert others into the cult of cute? Cult of cute? Kinda has a nice ring to it. What? That was supposed to be a joke. Don't you dare make that a thing. Heh, calm down. I'm just joking. Alright, I'm gonna pause it right there. Thank you all so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, ring that notification bell, and check out our Patreon if you can. It always helps. I want to thank our lovely bronze tier patrons for all you do to support the channel. We greatly appreciate it. Thank you to our silver tier patron, Kate Silverman. Thank you for going a bit above and beyond. It's greatly appreciated. Thank you to our gold tier patron, Amr. You're awesome. We love you. Thank you for subbing to Ultimate Tier. Anyway, if y'all want to get your names and credits, get access to Not Safe for Work content as little as $5. Alrighty? I love you all, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye-bye!